Okay, welcome back, folks. As promised, Greg Bilby.
How you doing?
Dude, those chicks, these girls show up every episode that you're here. They show up and they go crazy.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing scrunchies, getting the 80s.
I love
and
it.
Yeah, that girl over there is wearing jellies.
Totally awesome.
It's totally rad. Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so, you know, we've been talking about this thing that we're going to show you first since the season got started. So, this Corey Hart. Greg, you do the honors. This might be the coolest artifact we'll ever have.
Well, I have to laugh because one of the first episodes I came on, I brought a bunch of records and we're going to talk kind of music, and I told him I had this Corey Hart, and you forgot to shoot it and scan it. So, but it's built up to, it ties in with the 80s, so all good things come.
I screwed up.
But here, it's actually addressed to my wife when she lived in Oilton, and you got the cool shades, and then here's the letter itself that is handwritten to Melissa. Unfortunately, it doesn't say fortunately. It says, to Melissa, Corey's on his U.S. tour, and I hope you'll get to see him in concert when he is in your area. Thanks for writing and enjoy. Call the way from, I can't read that part. Sunglasses. Sincerely, Corey Hart's mom.
Mindy Hart.
Yeah, Mindy Hart.
Mrs. Mindy Hart. That's the clincher. So, I mean, think about it, folks. It's 1986, 85. You're way into Corey Hart.
Yeah, October 85.
85. You know, I'm gonna go write him, and you get it back, and you're like, oh my God. And you open it up, and you're seeing it, and you go, Corey's mom. What the what? What the what? I mean, that is just. Greg, I can't, I'm speechless.
But it's even better because it's not Corey Hart, but his mother.
It's his mom.
People get a letter from their mom.
Wow. Can you imagine, you know, it's like you write off to Jack Nicholson back in the day, and it's Jackie's mom.
Exactly.
So up next we have, let's do some cassettes. You've got a pretty extensive library. Remember cassettes, folks?
And this is only part of them. Mom, do not throw away my cassettes, but this is, in the 80s was a cassette generation.
Absolutely.
CD.
Yeah.
This was the cutting edge technology, so yeah, I've got quite a few. And this is our homage to the 80s.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, this won't be the last time. I'm sure we'll go back to that awesome decade called the 80s eventually.
Oh,
but yeah, we're making a big push on this one. Big push.
Big push.
That could be taken around. Okay, anyway, so I see some Billy Idol. I'm distracting you. Billy Idol, right? You want to talk some Billy Idol?
Oh yeah, Billy Idol. This one, of course, Rebel Yell, and this one is Billy Idol Don't Stop. It's funny because one side has music and the other side has a complete interview. Talks about his guitar.
Really? Man, that's cool.
Yeah, it's funny because it also works as a security system. You put it in your tape deck and let it play for like 30 minutes, so it sounds like Billy Idol's in your house. A maraca.
Hey man, don't break into that house. Oh, Billy Idol's in there, man. He hurts you.
Yep. So it's a complete interview. It's pretty wild, and this is kind of like a little bit of my punk selection here.
Cool. Yeah, you've got them kind of grouped off here.
Ramones, the Vapors, Husker Du, the Clash, Surf Punks, and I got a Romeo Void somewhere, which is kind of actually new age. Remember their song?
No, I do not.
Actually, the chorus was, "I might like you better if we slept together. There's something drives us."
Oh, yeah.
Never.
Okay.
Never. Yeah. Big husky gal sang the song.
Yes, that's been on. Man, that was on a movie. It was a prominent song on a movie. But yeah, anyway, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I also see on the kind of the new wave side of things, I see some The Cure.
Oh yeah, I was a big Cure fanatic. I didn't dress like Robert Smith. I did not wear eyeliner. Okay, I was not wearing black. I wasn't that weird or freaky, but I was in kind of one of those weird transitional artsy moods in college. And I just kind of dug his music, kind of got into it, and have more tapes at home, more CDs, and just and liked him. You know, I really did dig him.
Oh, and then they're still making music too. You know, I mean, it's not as good as it was back then, but the point is they're still out doing it. They have a great following, and they absolutely earn it. And here's a little thing: you see the hair. Picture Robert Smith right there. That's a wig. So don't kid yourself and say, man, that's commitment to his hair. It's a wig. There's footage of him on the internet taking the wig off.
Speaking of, I got a VHS tape of the Cure in Orange. They're in France, in some sort of ruins, or France, but Paris. Yeah, these
type things were pretty popular, especially in the late '80s. You know, a band, you know, would put together an hour, maybe 2 hour long documentary or something like that. Like, for instance, I have something. Aerosmith, things that go pump in the night. Get it?
As long as they're pretty sharp.
I know. You weren't even born when this album came out. 1989, and it just shows the making of the 4 videos that released from there. They're great. This is Aerosmith's last great album was Pump, 1989.
Back when they were sober for the 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah, and it was their 8th or 9th comeback.
Exactly.
Nobody's got more comebacks than Aerosmith.
Exactly. Well, George Foreman.
George Foreman. Well, I don't know. I think Aerosmith's got it because they shouldn't even be alive. None of them, all the drugs they did. But kind of staying with the hard rock. I see some The Cult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, The
Cult kicks.
Yeah, one of my favorite albums. Where do we hide? Anyway, the song,
are you talking about Electric or Sonic Temple, which is my favorite?
No, probably Electric. The song She Sells Sanctuary.
Oh, that's off Love. You've got that one over there.
Yeah, Electric had Love Removal Machine.
Yeah, that was a really straightforward, hardcore album.
Called, was it Bombastic Style?
And I just call it straightforward kick butt. I almost said something I shouldn't have. Kick butt. And it was also produced by Rick Rubin, who has produced Rap Axe and the Red Hot Chili Peppers' 1991 album, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Yo.
I'm going to pick on Mr. Townsend. I can't believe he's got the lead.
And the rivalry continues.
Yes, it does. Anyway, he brought in some albums, and he was talking about the Urban Cowboy, which my dad hated that movie. He blames that movie solely on the rise and increase in pickup trucks. All these fake pseudo-cowboys made pickup trucks expensive. He hated it.
That was going to happen anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, he said the movie came out in the late 70s. 6/6 of 80. Came out June 6th of 1980.
And James, I edited this out, but I caught him in a screw up last week too. Hey James, it's Pick on James Townsend Day.
Anyway,
well, no. He said that the Clockwork Orange came out in the late '70s. It was 1972, but I used the magic of editing to I didn't want to call him out on the show, but I guess I'm doing it now. Passive aggressive. Okay, what else we got going on?
Stand By Me, which is actually a book written by Stephen King called The Body, and it launched Castle Rock Entertainment because Castle Rock was a fake town in Maine, and then Platoon. The one movie that influenced me not to join the military after I graduated high school.
Yeah, I think Platoon was the comedy of 1986.
Oh, yeah.
You come out
it was a date movie.
Walk out of that one, just holding your side and your eyes filled with tears.
Well, actually, talking about Stanley Kubrick, Clockwork Orange.
Kubrick. See?
I'm sorry, Kubrick. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm all jazzed up here.
Everybody's calling out everybody today.
Because I'm acting like a spaz and a space cadet. 80s lingo. Anyway, I took a date to see Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, Full Metal Jacket. So anyway, yeah, that was.
It was the good old first last date.
Exactly. Well.
Yes, correct.
But anyway, Boomtown Rats. Sir Bob Geldof is on this one. He was Pinky in Pink Floyd The Wall at Live Aid. He did that concert.
Man, I gotta say, you and James both have some pretty weird, obscure stuff. I mean, we have some stuff that's pretty standard here, but I mean, what the what? Who has this? Who has a Corey Hart fan letter, written by Corey Hart's mom, Mrs. Mindy Hart?
Exactly.
Well, you like James. I know you guys, have a rivalry, but I feel like I'm spoiled rotten on this show, having guests that constantly come up with really cool stuff and keep it fresh. And we can do episodes that are all 80s or all 70s.
Oh man, we could have multiple, just on fashions, movies, music genre alone. This belongs to a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, let's hurry and get this one done. Yeah.
Molly Ringwald. She was like the matinee idol. She was, the little downtrodden little girl. She was underdog, and she somehow came out at the end. And this article actually talks about the Filthy 15.